first thing I did when I started to lock in is I had to create a goal that I really wanted to, accomplish, and I really wanted to, uh, consistently do in the meantime. And when I created that goal, I never dreamed of, ever stopping that. And, that could be really anything you want it to be. But, I chose weightlifting. I chose basically calisthenics. And the reason why I chose that is because I knew I always wanted to build muscle. I always wanted to be big. And, for that reason that I knew I was going to have to live in the gym. I knew I was going to have to go every day. I was going to have to eat a lot. And I stuck to that for years. And, it's like I already see where myself is. And then I want to take it a step farther. My next big goal was going to be to try to make money. And you got to put in small steps in order to get to that one big step. You have to create a walking path for you to consistently flow through. It's like a river. You got to flow through the river to get to the ocean. That's how I thought of it. I thought of it in the gym, and now I'm thinking of it in content and making content and helping y'all do the same with working out or self-improvement or dating, etc. And so the next part of my life is going to be making money, and that's what I did first. I created that funnel for me to flow through first with taking baby steps, and that could be finally learning how to do this certain exercise, or finally adapting certain mini goals in the gym, like hitting PRs and stuff. That's what helped me want to even pursue this dream further, and that could be with y'all too. Again, so what I've learned throughout my years, and what I've learned actually last year, is that consistently consuming content is definitely going to be a key factor too, right? If you listen to podcasts or listen to any type of social media thing where it gives you knowledge and value, that's going to assert you with almost like so much leverage. Like, one thing that helps me is, when I'm doing the dishes, or when I'm walking my dog, or when I'm doing any type of like physical movement, I always listen to podcasts, or I always listen to, upbeat music of, getting rich. So like Rick Ross, 50 Cent, that's what helped me. And, I actually have a wallpaper on my phone that says whatever it takes. Just small stuff like that. It really helps the brain, just recognize what type of goal you're in. And this is going to be one of the biggest secrets that I have that I'm going to tell y'all. And that is just covering your eyes with success, or covering your eyes, whatever like goal you have, right? So if you want to get good, if you want to be on a cooking show, right? Consistently cover your eyes and just fill your brain, or fill whatever you see or your surroundings with cookware. If you listen to Gordon Ramsay, on the TV, you could play that while you're practicing cooking. You could listen to cooking music. I'm telling you right now, fill your brain, and just like wherever you see, you have to put it right in front of you. You have to put it right in front of your eyes, where you just cannot look anywhere but that. Because that's what helped me. I have to only think about that, right? And I always loved watching YouTube, right? I always loved watching other people's videos, getting entertained. And I was like, I'm not going to listen to bad stuff. If, I'm going to have this type of addiction, a phone addiction, then I'm going to have to fill my brain with, at least knowledgeable facts that I need to learn for me to pursue my dream of understanding female nature. And that's what I did. That's what I really did. Especially, I also am a gamer too. But, with that, I always used to edit my videos whenever I died, and took time, after I died, on that brief moment, I used to edit a part of my video, and then, of course, play the game, and then go back and forth. And that helps me because I was already in a state of mind where, my brain was like, hold up, I'm having fun, and I'm also working at the same time. And that helped me so much. Hey, now, so what else helped me to lock in is putting myself in a harsh environment. What I mean by harsh environment is, this is not really like, an environment where you get beat down most, it is. And you need to get beat down for yourself to actually realize that there is a true meaning on what you could leverage yourself at. There's levels to everything. Let me just tell you that. Levels to absolutely everything. You could never be the best at something until you really see like what type of people are really above you, and not even close to the people who are really, really, really good at, right? So I was out of school, and there was always kids who were really athletic, who had a good physique. I would say pretty good physique, but I always had something too. I always trained hard. I always really fought and worked for my social skills and how to present myself in self-improvement. And so I really became confident when I went to a new school, because I was such in a like an environment where, I was always trying to be better, the better version of myself, that when I went to this new school, I had insane confidence. Like, I'm talking holy, like I was just on another level, right? I didn't even like it didn't even feel like I was going to a school that had, people like years older than me, right? Because it was my first time in high school. And get this, I knew no one at that high school. I knew absolutely no one. I will leave y'all with this. Y'all only have one life, so why not try to max it out the most you can?